Hello gamers, my name is Ace and you're watching the Ace Station. Okay steampunk lovers, here's a game for you. It's Renaissance of Fate for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. Let's start out with the graphics. This game is not up to par in comparison with other games like Final Fantasy 13, but ROF is an artistically beautiful wonder. This game portrays a steampunk feel with their stark towering world fully ran and is sustained by gear-type mechanisms. The character models again in terms of beauty, not all too great. And as for the inhabitants of the world, they all appear gritty and unpolished, but still maintain distinction and are surprisingly complex. To get a break from the hard fighting you will be doing, you'll come across a clothing store where you can buy and change clothes for each character you control. The articles of clothing are separated into parts which lets you style them the way you want from head to toe. It's up to you. The store evolves throughout the game and will update its stock, and you can even find more clothing and aesthetic enhancements on your adventures. For example, I had given one of my characters one blue eye and one green eye. Pretty sweet. They make the customization process even more gratifying when you get to see your renderings in their real-time cutscenes. Another standout feature that's worth mentioning are the cloth effects. This is a pretty bold statement, but for ROF, it has some of the best free-flowing cloth effects I've seen in an RPG game yet. Sound effects are your typical RPG-esque chimes from shooting your guns, getting hit, killing an enemy, and environmental sounds such as rain and snow. It's all covered in ROF. The voice work is superb and also English lip-synced. Thank you, TheAce. Some characters you'll meet in the game can be annoying, but you come to expect it when you realize how humorous this game actually is. Music fits the bill. Lots of beautiful music plays as you're venturing around the world of ROF, and nice touches to the epic battles you'll encounter. A mix of violins and electric guitar will pound from your speakers. Character movement is simple. You only have full 360 camera control in battles though. As you run around towns and other specific locations, you'll be controlling a single character while the other two are traditionally hiding somewhere. You do have the option to switch characters while running around, which does affect some people you talk to. Your character's inventory is your standard RPG layout. Like in most RPGs, you have items, equipment, etc. One thing to point out is the customize feature. In the game of ROF, your character lacks physical stats. This game focuses on the guns. As you use your weapons, they will gain levels which enhances your character's level. Each gun has weight values that increase when you level them up, which brings me back to the customization. Your gun can have parts added to it that increases the capabilities of your firearm. Parts such as scopes, longer barrels, better grip, and larger magazines are just a few things you can attach. Each part has a weight value, so pay attention to your gun's current weight and start modifying the hell out of it. When you leave town, you'll enter the world map, and the first thing you'll notice is all the hexagonal grids that are laid out everywhere. In ROF, the map is laid out kinda like a board game. You will find you're restricted to hexagons that are uncolored, and in order to proceed, you will need to earn more hexagons, which you will lay down to clear your path to let you explore further. You obtain new hexagon pieces by fighting enemies. Typically, your paths are blocked with white hexagons. In special areas, you will find colored hexagons, and you will need more matching hexagons to access them. You will obtain special colored initially from the storyline, and once you get them, you will start to see your enemies dropping more of that color once you defeat them in battle. Another thing to point out is, while clearing hexagons, you will uncover hidden items throughout the world map, so be sure to knock out all the hexagons you come across. When you move around, you will find that time will pass with a full day and night cycle. This can affect who you encounter and also change the NPCs around towns and cities, so be sure to revisit locations at different times and maybe you'll find something new. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about the battle system. Bear in mind that this will sound confusing, but really is comprehensible when playing it yourself. First, I need to break this explanation into parts. First thing is the layout after you start a battle. You will be standing at one end of the map along with your other two comrades. On the bottom of the screen you will see 3 red jewels or orbs that represent your hero gauge, I like to call it. Another way of looking at it is these also act as your shields. Over time you will find areas that will allow you to collect pieces of a jewel via Zelda to make a whole new one. If you lose all of them, your party will panic and only 3 things can come from this. You either flee, kill someone, or die. There are 2 types of damage, permanent damage and scratch damage. Hit points are represented as a long green bar. When you inflict permanent damage, their health will not come back. When you inflict scratch damage, this will fill up the green bar with a temporary blue bar. It does not affect the enemy's hit points and can heal over time on its own. At the start of the battle, you can switch between the characters you want to control first. Once chosen, you can bring up a reticle which indicates an enemy you will fire upon. The enemies will not make a move until you make a move. You can fire from a standing position, or you can form a hero action. When you activate a hero action, a line will appear allowing you to line up where you want your character to end up once you complete it. This will cause your character to run in that direction and makes them invulnerable to any incoming attack. Your character will do a series of flips and also jump in the air, allowing you to continuously fire upon your enemies until you reach the end of the line. But be careful. Each time you perform a hero action, you'll lose a red jewel. As I said before, if you lose all your jewels, your team goes into a frenzy. In order to restore any lost jewels, simply kill an enemy or destroy one of their body parts. Some advice to the newbies. Make sure you do every available side quest. Clear all the hexagons you see to gain useful hidden items. Don't be ashamed from fleeing from battles. Trust me, sometimes you have to. And stay up to date with current weapon mods. My overall opinion on this game, Resonance of Fate, has a ton to offer in terms of strategy, exploration, and replay value. I will stress this game does have a high learning curve, and they show no mercy at the start of the game. But if you take the time to overcome the challenges, it becomes very rewarding. So all you gamers out there, I say buy this game and make this the one that carries you over till Red Dead Redemption comes out. Look forward to my next video. Until then, my name is Ace, and thank you so much for watching the Ace Station.